With the magnifying glass, I've identified 68 and 67, which have to go here on the ship. So I'll put the 2 from A Creation 2004 on there. I'll put 2 from Polar Lights regular on there, and you'll have the bottom back of the saucer as a test bed. And speaking of tests, I just spray painted the saucer in pearl, the top saucer, so you can see how it's now noticeably lighter than the bottom saucer. And I'm not painting the decals on the top, at least for that one, because it's the Star Trek II. It didn't have iridescent decals anyway. The good thing is, because 71 and 72 are together, you can see where they bisect the hatch. So that makes it pretty simple to align them correctly. Well, you can forget about that test. It completely disintegrated itself, shows no hint of a pattern whatsoever, and just completely fell apart and doesn't even do the complete thing. So I'm going to have to turn to the Polar Lights after all. Now we know. So as far as Polar Lights goes, you want to use 31 and 18. And remember, no painting. I want to test what they look like when they're not painted. Besides, Polar Light saucer sections are the only ones that show the part that goes into the central dome location. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. A nice pattern, lighter than the rest, but still visible even against a darker gray, but not too stark. That's exactly what I was looking for. So that's perfect. And now you just apply the micro sol onto it and go from there. That's great. That's exactly what I was looking for, something that's more subtle because the hull is darker. So now you know for absolutely certain that it can show up without interference. So I'll put on the other one and be back. All right, so my fears have been allayed. You can see the decal there. It is still visible, even against the darker gray hull, but it's subtle. So that's what it looks like on the outer edge. So I'm just going to go every second square, of course. But before I do that, I'm going to take a comparison picture between the unpearlized ventral hull and the pearly other hull. Just got to get them aligned correctly. Just give me one moment for that. All right, so there's the comparison picture. You can tell that the saucer might be slightly lighter. Let's turn off the overhead light. Take another picture. And it might be slightly lighter, so I'm going to set that aside and continue working on the ventral saucer. So now we know that I can paint the rest of the ship. So the order of events is going to be gray primer, AS blue light hull, pearlescent. And that's the full primer bottle. That's the half full one. Okay, so I'm going to get back to decaling every alternate wedge and see what it looks like when the bottom saucer is at least half done. All right, so I've arranged the remaining ones that go on the saucer, but I'm going to go alternating, and I'm going to start with, I believe it's number 20. All right, time for an update. So here is the hull with almost every second one done. And you can see the plan for the remainder. So that's quite good. And if we turn off the ceiling light, we see how it looks in normal light, still bluish gray. Perfect. Progress report. Just one more piece left to apply, and the bottom saucer will be complete, and more than half of it is uncolored, just the decal. Okay, so as you can see, the bottom saucer is complete, and just bring it into view and get the 4 pictures like we normally do. There, so there's the first picture. Now remember, it's all wet still. All right, that's beautiful. It's very subtle. I like that. but yet you can still see the pattern. And all you have to do is carve out those to put the bridge dome in. It shouldn't disrupt things too much. And now I'm going to turn off this light and take the pictures again in more normal light.